welcome back to the channel. My name is Davissa. So I was sitting here working on this image from World of Wonders by Joanna Basford. This is actually the free printable instead of the copy in my book. But I was working on the background and thought maybe I should pop on and share with you all how I plan on going about doing this background. I'm using my Kingart Mixed Media Gel Sticks with the brushes and the palette. I'm also going to have a couple of erasers and a couple stencils out here, and we are going to get started. My hope is for it to end up looking something similar to a bokeh type background. And I'm hoping that these colors work well together, but we're going to find out. So what I have done is, well, first let me tell you the colors I'm using. So for my greens, I'm using olive green, green, baby pink, and ivory. So I have took the olive green and the regular green and just scribbled a little bit of each onto my palette. And I've already been working on this, so I took my small brush and went around all the details with the olive green, the lightest of the two shades. Not worrying about going over the lines at all, because as long as you don't leave this sit for a really long time, like a day or two, as long as you don't leave it sit that long, you can almost completely erase all of it up off the page. Hopefully you can kind of see. Well, here, I'll zoom you in and try to find an area and show you. We'll do these leaves right down here. Zoom you in just a little more. So hopefully you can tell that there's some green on there, and then there's the white part. So I'm going to go in and erase that off. As you can see, it all came right off. You also can color right on top of this with your colored pencils, and it goes right over top, no problem. So you don't necessarily have to erase it, but I usually try to erase as much of it as I can before I start using my pencils. So all right, we will zoom back out and we'll get started on completing this. Okay, so I'm going to load my brush back up. With the olive green. Make sure you're in frame good. And I'm just going to finish going around this. Just applying this with some circular motions. And I'm not concerned at all with getting the gel stick on top of the image. I'm going to keep adding this around. I'm not pushing hard or anything like that. Add some more to the palette. I believe you could do this on an image that's actually in the book, and I'm sure it wouldn't hurt anything. I typically tend to mainly use these, though, on my PDFs. But this is a fairly thick cardstock, but I don't think it would go through. But you may want to test it in the back of your book just to be on the safe side. And you can layer these as much as you like, and you can blend the colors together. I know it probably seems like I'm using a lot of it because I keep having to reapply it to the palette, but honestly it doesn't. It barely uses any of this with this technique here. Okay. So now I think I'm going to apply some of the green to the outer edge and maybe bring it in a little. So I'm going to switch brushes. Put a little extra on here. Okay. Just do the same thing. Some more on my palette. take a little bit of this olive green again and go back over where they overlap a little bit. See this one, because I missed a little spot in here. Okay. Okay. There we go. And you can keep layering and layering until you get the depth of color that you like. I think I am okay with this right now. Get a little sip of my coffee. Okay. And then I have two different stencils. I have, trying to see if I can find something so you can see here. Which I don't know how well that's going to be white on white, but I have this one here with all the different size circles. And then I have this one that has something similar here, but it's only like a couple different size circles, maybe 3. So probably be using this one. And what we will do is we will put this down and take our eraser. Now, this part will take quite a while. However, there is another method to lifting the color off of here that is quicker and easier, but I would definitely only recommend it on a PDF. And you also have to be careful of not to saturate your page too much, or it will peel your paper up. But you can take a baby wipe and rub inside these circles, and it takes that color off right away. And it's really quick and easy. But because I'm also going to lay another color in the circle when I'm done, I don't want to take a chance on tearing up the paper, so I'm not going to use the baby wipe this time. I'm just going to take my eraser and erase the circle. Brush that away. And then I'm going to overlap a couple. And then just kind of put them wherever you feel, or you could put this down and just do all the circles that you see. But I'm gonna try to do it a little different. And these work really well too for this. So I apologize for the noise, but I'm gonna use the little electric eraser. I like it better for the bigger circles. that edge up just a little. There. Okay, and then again, take a smaller one and overlap that just a little bit. And you can put some by themselves. Just however you want them on the page. Zoom you in just a little. And that's another thing, if you choose to try the baby wipe technique, you also want to avoid going over any of the black lines from the image, because it will also lift that ink and or smear it. So you'll want to be very careful of that. So I've also found, I don't know where I ended up getting this from, but I have this little eraser here too. It's a soft eraser. This works really well also with this. So if you don't want to use your electric eraser or your Tombow Mono Zero, this is another option. Okay. Alright. So I think I'll do all the rest of those off camera, but I will go ahead and try to fill them in. The ones that I've already done, so you can kind of see sort of how it will look in the end. If I can find my other little brush. Make sure nothing's rubbing off. Up. And you can either lay your stencil back over top, or you can just try to do it without the stencil. Just gonna go right over top of that with the ivory. And we'll try the pink because that ivory's not showing real well on camera, I don't believe. So, try this with the baby pink. Okay. Pick the pink up. Over here to this big circle here. Just put a hint of color in there. And then do this little guy in pink. And this one here. Okay. We'll do the bigger circle here with a little bit of the pink. And then some of the yellow. Go up the smaller circle. You might need a brighter yellow. Excuse me. But all right, so hopefully you can kind of see the effect. I know my light is kind of strange today. So try to fix this pink one real quick. And then we will probably go for today. There we go. That looks a bit better. Yeah, so I mean think it looks okay. It could be a little better, and I will be working on it until I get it where I want it at, but I like using this kind of a technique with these. Excuse me. Trying to lose my voice today. So I just think this is kind of an easy way and kind of a fun way to do a similar effect. Of course, it's not perfect, but I think it's cute. And let me show you. I've done one with the baby wipes. Hold on. Okay. I did this image here using the baby wipes, and I didn't add any other color inside the circles. I just left them as they were. Let me zoom you out a little. But I think that that turned out really nice. I like the way that that looked. So yeah, that's how I managed to achieve that look. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. But I do believe I'm gonna go for now. Until next time, you guys stay safe and happy coloring. Thanks. Bye, guys.